Okay, so here's the screen that you're going to see as soon as you log into Project Turf. And basically, this is just the global dashboard. It's the little suitcase or tool chest over here. And any projects assigned to you will show up in this list in your sandbox. So this is, might have a more global version, but it's the same thing. So what you want to do, and a quick way to search for projects, especially once we get a lot of them, you just click in this window that isn't actually opening, and you type the name of a project that you want to open. In this case, we're going to pretend we're opening Discount Tire. And you type the name without any space, due to our naming convention, and it pulls it up. And then you can click into it. And this is the view you're going to see when you open a project for the first time. And it's just a tab. You can have a bunch of projects open simultaneously. And these tabs open, you can basically do everything you need to do with one of these tabs right here. And each icon represents a different section that you're going to work from. The one you really should begin with is the Timecard section, so that everything, including all of the reading of the brief, downloading of assets, every part of the time spent on a project is added in. There are two ways to do that. So you can click the little arrow right here, and you can add time that way and stop as soon as you want to pause to go to the bathroom, or pause because you finished a project, and just sort of back and forth using that start and stop. Another way you could do this is you click the plus sign, and every one of these has a plus sign over here. So keep that in mind when you're looking for a way to upload a file. It's the plus sign. So in this case, you could add a specific amount of time you worked, just based on knowing how long you worked. You can add your hourly rate, give a little bit of entry if you had any challenges, the reason something took longer, and it's the perfect place to add all that stuff. And then you click OK. In this case, we didn't add anything, so it's not going to work properly. But that's how you add your time. It's the first thing you should do. Second thing, jump here to the Tasks tab. And you'll see any new tasks, in this case, Monday at 2 p.m. please work from the project folder, uploaded under Documents. We're going to get to that in just a second. But for tasks, your tasks will show up here. Any extra information, usually it's pretty brief, because it's like, check out the brief. Now we go to the brief, so it's under the project dashboard, which is this little speedometer thing. And the project brief is just all the information copied from Jira. We usually do a pretty good job moving forward here of adding the AM, so you know which account manager is responsible for this. So you can go talk to them or pass information along and get information from them directly if you need to when you get stuck on a project. So here's the project brief. You'll see down below, and I'll go to the Documents tab in just a minute. This is the project folder. When you first start on a project, it's going to be the date the project opened up here in Project Turf. And it'll be assigned to you, and this is where you grab your project folder that you work on through the life cycle of the project. And we'll kind of cover that separately, but I want to introduce it here. So here's your project brief. Now you can go to the Documents tab where this is actually located. And this is the way the project folder should be named. It has an AID, it's just an account. It's advertiser ID number. It comes from Salesforce, and it's the way it works in our UI. It's the way we're going to record files so that salespeople can actually drill down and find files that they need. The type of ad that it is, or specific name for the project, like an Easter RTO. RT means just retargeting. So Discount Tire is the advertiser name and the date that this has been zipped up and uploaded. I'm going to stop here for a second to talk about that, because when you open this up, you're basically going to have 4 folders, and we'll do a separate video on that. But any assets that were brought over from Jira are going to be under the one assets folder. So you want to open that up, look through it, whether it's the font folder or PSDs folder or images folder for examples, documents folder for the PDFs, anything like that under copy. Basically everything you need from code. If it's there from Jira in the beginning of a ticket, it'll be in this zipped up project folder. So how does that work? You download this stuff to get going. If you're doing design, it means that you should be working in the number 2 design folder, or design folder. And there are breadcrumbs in there, meaning examples for how to name things. So you'll see how we want it done with a numeric 1, 2, 3, 4. So it'll start with 1, and you'll name it as it's named in this folder in there. And then you're going to work from that, where your PSDs will be copied over from assets. You're going to work from the PSDs under your number 2 design, whatever unique name you gave it, folder. And all the work that you should do to get a comp should be in that one new folder. So when you get comps done, we ask that you save them out as either JPEGs or PNGs. And those we want you to click over here to the Design tab. And you'll just upload. Unfortunately, it's a single file upload right now, so each comp you have to select a new thing, but we want them up here so we can lightbox them. JPEG examples of all your initial comps should be uploaded using this folder, and give them their unique names and any specific information about them right here before you, one at a time, click OK. Again, click the plus sign, upload a file, click OK, etc. As soon as you've uploaded your comps, we ask that you upload a new version of this zip file with a new date. So the date that you finish the comps, we want that whole zipped up thing, all the source, everything that you had in there, and upload it here. It's what the next person in line is going to download from if it gets approved. So this will go off to an account manager. Actually, it'll go to Taryn first for approval for your comps that you upload here. Taryn will in turn approve them or send them back. If they get sent back, we ask that you go back here, and in your folder on your computer, you're going to make a new project folder under that number 2 design folder. And each time there's an iteration, we're going to ask you to drag it's basically just a copy of the original folder with a new date or a new iteration number. So that's the project workflow. Then you'll zip that up, put that back up here, upload new comps, and it would be helpful if you could delete your old ones and upload the new ones separately. If it's a new day, put a new date on them. That's pretty much that, other than the last thing, which is any discussions. So any extra discussion points will be found under the Conversations tab, I believe, Discussions tab. So, and any communication, you should always check in here to see if somebody's saying something. So the main point is to get used to using all these tabs, and then in each one, getting used to using the plus sign to open up the forms, to add files, to add information, to add comments, whatever it is unique to these tabs. This is where you add the new version. So hope that was helpful, and we'll jump over to the file structure talk next.